Imagine you are the CEO of a global logistics firm. Your AI routing agent just stranded a $40 million shipment in a neutral port. The port authority is not asking for an apology. They are not asking for a refund. They want one thing: the reasoning trace. Step by step, verifiable proof of why your AI made that decision. Your system responds with a hallucinated mess of tokens. That company is real. That lawsuit is real. And on May 4th, 2026, the United States government responded, "My name is Meyer, and this channel exists for one reason: to give business owners, founders, and operators the structural clarity they need to build with AI before the window closes." I do not cover AI as a spectator sport. I cover it as infrastructure because that is what it is becoming, whether your organization is ready or not. Every week, I take the most important AI developments happening in business and government, strip away the hype, and give you the systems level analysis you can actually use. No fluff, no sponsored takes, just the architectural blueprint for what is coming next. This video is part 1 of a 3-part series I am calling AI Infrastructure 2026. 3 moves happened this week from the United States government, from a Korean mining corporation, and from a Korean housing authority that together tell a single story about where AI is going and what you need to build right now. Today, we are starting with the one that every business leader needs to hear first. If you are new here, welcome. Hit subscribe before this video ends. You will not want to miss parts 2 and 3. Now, let's get into it. For the last 3 years, the AI conversation in business has been about capability. Can it write the email? Can it summarize the meeting? Can it run the workflow? The answer to all of those was yes. And companies ran with it, fast, loose, and without any real accountability layer underneath. That era just ended. Not gradually, not eventually. This week, the shift we are entering is what I call the heavy infrastructure phase. AI is no longer a productivity experiment. It is a regulated business system. The same way your financial reporting is regulated, the same way your data privacy practices are regulated. And just like those domains, the companies that built proper infrastructure early are going to have a massive competitive advantage over the ones that cut corners. Who needs to watch this? If you are a founder, a C-suite executive, an IT architect, a product manager, or a developer shipping AI into any system that touches real decision, financial, logistical, legal, medical, this video is directly for you. On May 4th, 2026, the United States officially announced plans to establish a dedicated AI task force, a formal, operational government body designed to review AI models before and during their deployment into critical systems. Think of it this way. The FDA reviews drugs before they reach pharmacy shelves. The NTSB investigates aviation accidents to prevent the next one. The US AI task force is trying to be both of those things simultaneously, but for artificial intelligence systems operating inside business, finance, infrastructure, and logistics. This is not another government advisory board. This is the birth of the model auditor role in global systems architecture. To understand why the government is stepping in right now, you need to understand what modern AI models are actually doing when they think. For years, the AI arms race was about training. How many parameters, how much data, how big is the model, but the competitive frontier has moved. In 2026, the battleground is inference compute. What happens in the moment the model is actually reasoning through your problem. Modern frontier models are not just predicting the next word, they are spending seconds, sometimes minutes, exploring thousands of potential solution paths before delivering an answer. This is called System 2 thinking for AI, slower, but more deliberate, dramatically more powerful. And here is the regulatory problem. When a model explores that reasoning space, it can find solutions that are technically efficient but ethically or legally catastrophic. An AI optimizing a shipping route might discover that routing through a sanctioned territory cuts 2 days off delivery time. It does not care about the sanction, it cares about the objective. That is a compliance disaster with no paper trail to explain it. The task force is building a crash test for AI reasoning, and every business running production AI systems just got put on notice. Let me translate this into business terms. A single AI-generated compliance failure, one hallucinated output that triggers a regulatory investigation, can cost a mid-market firm anywhere from $500,000 to $5 million in legal exposure. That is not a projection, that is what we are already seeing in the litigation pipeline of 2025 and 2026. The task force formalizes that exposure on competitive moat. Here is the strategic insight most people have not processed yet. Your moat is no longer your access to a model. Everyone has GPT, Gemini, Claude, Llama. The model is nearly commoditized. Your new moat is your compliance and audit architecture. Can you prove what your AI did? Can you show a regulator exactly why your system denied a loan, flagged a transaction, or rerouted a vehicle? If you can, you win enterprise contracts and pass regulatory reviews. If you cannot, your infrastructure provider will throttle your API access the moment a red flag appears. That is already happening at scale. Here is what you need to build, starting this week. 3 components. Component 1. The intermediate verification layer, IVL, and EVL is an internal system that sits between your AI model and the real world. Before the AI's output becomes a real action, the IVL checks it against your corporate policy, legal constraints, and ethical guidelines. If the output fails any check, it gets flagged for human review or rejected outright. Think of it as a mini internal task force running 24/7 inside your own infrastructure. This is not optional for any company handling critical data. It is the difference between a defensible AI system and a liability. Now, component 2, the reasoning log, reasoning trace log with timestamped decisions and confidence scores. Every action your AI takes needs a timestamped log, not just the AI said X, why did it say X, what data did it pull, what options did it consider, what rule triggered the output. This is your black box recorder for AI, and the task force will likely mandate exactly this format for systems operating in regulated sectors. Now last one, Component 3, RAG 3.0 grounding. Standard RAG feeds your documents to the AI. RAG 3.0 goes further. It mathematically verifies that the AI's answer originated from your data and not from hallucinated associations elsewhere in its training. The model must cite its sources in a machine-verifiable way. When the auditors ask, "Where did this output come from?" your system answers automatically. Let me be direct about what the task force is not. It is not a complete regulatory framework yet. The announcement signals intent and direction. The detailed compliance requirements will take 12 to 18 months to formalize. This means you have a window. You are not already out of compliance, but the companies building their audit infrastructure now will pass the first mandatory reviews with zero scrambling. The companies waiting for the final rules will fail the first review cycle. Also, not every AI use case is in scope. Internal productivity tools, content generation, brainstorming assistance, these are low priority for the task force. If your AI is making decisions that affect people's finances, legal standing, physical safety, or access to services, that is where the regulatory lens is pointed. The US task force is the first domino. The EU's AI Act is already in motion. Singapore, Japan, and South Korea are each developing parallel frameworks. Within 18 months, deploying an AI agent in any regulated sector without certified audit architecture will likely carry the same legal exposure as operating a medical device without FDA clearance. The next phase, which is already being scoped, is federated model review. The task force will release standardized evaluation suites, software packages. Companies run their AI systems through internally, generating compliance reports submitted for review. Think SOC2 certification, but for AI reasoning. The companies building their internal evaluation infrastructure today will pass those reviews on day 1. Everyone else will be paying consultants triple rates to catch up under deadline pressure. The US AI task force is not bureaucratic noise. It is the formal arrival of accountability in AI. And the window to get ahead of it is right now. Here is what I want you to do. In the comments below, tell me which of these 3 components is your biggest gap right now: the verification layer, the reasoning log, or the RAG 3.0 grounding. Drop it below. I build content based on what you actually need. This is part 1 of a 3-part series on AI infrastructure in 2026. Part 2 covers how a Korean mining corporation just built the industrial blueprint every company can follow, a $570,000 integrated AI platform that runs autonomous coordination across an entire operation. If this gave you a framework you will use, hit subscribe. We publish every week, no filler, no hype, just the structural analysis that helps you build. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.